and welcome to Trashy Trashy, where we take a dumpster dive on this week's garbage people and a look at all the trashiest news stories. My name is Erica, and I am your host.
My name is Cassandra, and I'm your other host. Hey, Happy New Year for real.
Happy real New Year.
Yeah, I mean, I think we made it pretty clear that the first episode of the new year was recorded last year. So, any bad predictions and things didn't happen as of this recording. So, it's good.
I mean, the biggest news story, we missed Miss Betty White's passing.
Yeah, but I saw a cute little meme about that saying that she really pulled off the perfect timing because, it was like New Year's. So she's going to have like the most people toast to her like than ever.
Oh, 100%. Perfect timing.
But fucking trash, like these magazines who have been boasted about her 100th birthday for to a point where I thought she was already 100 because I see the magazines in the grocery stores. So when I saw that she died at 90, like when I saw she died, I was like, oh wow, and she just turned 100. And I was like, oh no, she didn't. What the fuck, magazines?
Magazines just need something to print. Kate Middleton just turned 40. Now I got to deal with that.
Did she? Huh. How's she look?
Fantastic. Perfect
Naturally.
derriere.
Wow. Yeah, man. People have better butts than me.
It's hard to grasp and to come to terms with, but yeah. Naturally, some people have better butts than I do, and artificially, some people have better butts than I do.
I mean, just the motivation and like discipline to do squats more than me. Cause like we just binged the third season of Succession. Like we finished it, which wow, as usual. That show's so good. And it just doesn't cease to be good. But like the actress who plays Siobhan, man, she got a nice old rear end.
That ass.
Like, damn.
Yeah.
Yeah. I'm looking at it. I'm like, what the fuck? Like, I can't even pay attention to the show and the words that they're saying that I barely comprehend. Like, I keep looking at her butt.
Business, family dynamics. Business, family dynamics. That's all I hear. That butt.
I know. I said to my partner, I was like, yo, I'm going to have to rewatch this season because I rewatched the first two in order to get ready for the third, which is why it took me so long. And I had more of an understanding. I was like, oh, this show has been pretty clear about what they were going to do the whole time. It just flew right over my fucking head. So now I'm like, I gotta rewatch that third season. It's like kind of like Game of Thrones in that way where you can't grasp a full understanding on one watch if you're just a simpleton like me.
Only Game of Thrones had more people of color in it. Boom!
But wouldn't you argue that Succession and the lack of people of color is what makes it more realistic than Game of Thrones?
Fair enough. You burnt both of you.
Also,
HBO, you burnt.
How many people of color were in Game of Thrones? Name two.
Missy Andre.
Okay.
Grey Worm. Her, like, protector.
Okay, yes, you're right.
And then there's more people of color in the books.
Okay. Yeah, you did it. You named two.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Yeah. Nerd over here. Big.
Yeah.
But anyway, back to that ass. Yeah, Siobhan nailing it.
That billionaire ass,
And like, get yourself a cap and put your earmuffs on, but Tom?
Oh yeah.
Oof.
Oh yeah. Wait, that was a little bit of a spoiler, but not really.
If you've been paying attention.
He had a roller coaster of a season. So we won't say another word because I don't like spoilers and make me mad.
Yep.
So
that's all.
Yeah. Honestly, couldn't you say that about every season of Succession? Wow. Kendall.
Cousin Greg.
Roman.
And Roman.
Yeah. 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 So we really spoiled nothing. Because all of those things were true. Those reactions all held weight. Why are you trash, my little chickadee?
Well, when I was in Oklahoma before
Mhm.
Christmas, I got a pedicure
Mm.
and I didn't have the proper footwear, so they had to give me those pitiful pedicure flip-flops that are,
Yeah. Like
less than a centimeter thin,
foam pieces of paper.
like pieces of paper thin.
Yeah.
And then I forgot that I had to still go to the grocery store.
Oh no, Erica.
And so I marched my little happy butt. I drove over to the grocery store and I waited and I was like, I could probably put my shoes on, but I didn't want to ruin my pedicure color.
Mm-hmm.
So I just marched my happy ass into the grocery store in Elgin, Oklahoma. And I got about halfway done with my grocery store shopping. And wouldn't you know it, but I had a flip flop blowout, which resulted in me dragging one of my feet so I could step high with one foot and the other one just dragged right behind me.
God.
So high stepping, dragging, high stepping, dragging, all the way through the Elgin supermarket. I already look like a freak because I'm wearing a mask in a public place. Then you add on top of that the high stepping and the dragon. I must have looked like a sideshow character. Like,
Oh my God. Oh, did you need groceries that bad?
if I would have come home without the cheese for the tacos, it would have been the French Revolution all over again.
Wow.
It would
Not
have been
again.
off with my head. That's
Oh,
for
no.
sure. Off with my head.
Yeah. You'll get a blowout in those. I was afraid that you were saying that you ditched it and that one of your freshly pedicured feet then terrained a grocery store floor.
It was close call. It was a close call.
I'm getting my nails done later. I'm excited. No pedicure though. I gotta, I'm not a Rockefeller. I gotta space those out.
Oh, well, the pedicure in Elgin was like $7. So I was like, I can spring for it.
Yeah.
Yes, I'll get my calluses removed for an extra $2. So,
oh God, what a fucking dream. Yeah. I got my nails done before we went for Christmas Eve with Taylor's parents. And I think that like the whole thing cost because I got gel nails and then a full pedicure. And I think it was like $110 or something.
Ooh, yeah.
This place I go to is pretty nice. I'm not gonna lie. It's every time I talk to people about it, they're like, "Oh, that's pretty expensive." But I'm like, "Right." But when you're there, you get it. Like it's very clean. Everyone's very nice. Like they bring you those like those hot beanbag like thing pillows for your neck, and to me, I am worth it.
That's fair. You want to plug them?
Yeah, fuck it. Organic Nail House in Burbank, California.
Okay.
Get out there. It's good shit. I mean, allegedly this is expensive. I don't know. Like you're talking to someone who had acrylics for like 4 years fucking straight. So to me, the fact that a gel manicure and a pedicure costs like $100 something bucks, I'm like, yeah. Like that's including tip. I was like, yeah, that seems like that's what it would cost. Like I'm
used to paying around $60 for the combo. So
a gel manicure and a pedicure?
Yes. And then tip. Yeah.
Wow. I don't know. I don't care.
Yeah. Anyway, why are you trash?
Well, besides the fact that I think I'm fucking better than everyone else and
yep.
Man, oh man. It really actually kind of does segue into why I'm trash. Because it just shows what kind of a woman I'm blossoming into. But this is no news on Trashy Trashy. I want lip injections, man. I want them bad.
Oh, I want them so bad.
So that's why I'm trash, I guess. It's like I just want them so bad. Like yesterday night, I was catching up on Salt Lake City Housewives because I haven't finished that season yet. And, you know, my former roommate and I would watch it together. And so, like, I was waiting for her. So she came over and we had, hung out a few hours in a dry January, by the way. Okay. I watched Housewives. Like, what the fuck? I didn't realize, like, that show needed wine. But, yeah, I still enjoyed it. But kind of like, I think we blasted through like 5 episodes last night because if you fast forward through the commercials, they're only like 20 minutes long. Even though like they're an hour technically. But she said, hey, have you ever known someone who's gotten lip injections who didn't already have big lips? And I was like, oh, she's opening up this conversation. Like, there's a question behind that question. And so I just answered, I know, I want lip injections too. And so we spent the rest of the night watching fucking Housewives, pausing like goddamn, like, acting like Dr. Oz. And like, I've never seen Dr. Oz, so I don't know if that's a accurate description, but pausing, being like, okay, Angie's lips, great. Jen Shah, bad. Like, right. Heather, too big. Whitney, you're pushing it, bitch. Like, right. Basically all of the housewives, all the people on Housewives that weren't like the main ones, like had pretty good work done. That Angie one, that Angie character who looks like Lana Del Rey kind of, but like classier.
Yeah.
I was like, she's got good lips. Sarah Jane, good lips. So yeah.
Unfortunately, I believe Sarah Jane, and this is allegedly, I believe Sarah Jane was at the Capitol on January 6th.
Oh no, Sarah Jane.
One of the friend ofs on the Salt Lake City was at the insurrection. So
and they all the bad lips, the lot of them. I don't think it would be Angie. She was throwing that big like LGBTQ benefit.
I think it was Sarah Jane, but I could be mistaken. Listeners, I'm sure I'll hear about it. But
that's so. I only saw one episode with Sarah Jane, and like it just was like she had a pair of like Louboutin like white heeled booties and like a Balenciaga like sweater, and I'm just like, what the fuck does everyone do for a living? Like, or what do their husbands do or whatever? Like that, or Whitney and Angie were meeting for like a little lunch and they were like, haha, look at us, twins, Burberry trench coats. Those are $2,700 jackets. Yeah. What the hell is everyone doing for a living? Like, what the fuck? What am I fucking doing for a living, if for that matter? Like, how much money is out there? I don't get this. I'm confused.
I know. I watch these shows and I'm like, what's real? What's a knockoff? But even good knockoffs cost a lot of money.
And I'm just kind of like, what? You know what? This bitch comes up on my TikTok all the time, which I love her. I can't stop watching her, but I am kind of like getting annoyed with her. It's, I think her name is Sammy. She's the one who goes, it's Tuesday, let's get dressed. Or like, do you know her?
No.
The British lady who gets dressed?
No, she's not a part of my algorithm.
I'll send her to you. But it's just this like pretty British lady with great lips, by the way. Honestly, might be my lip inspo. For real. And she's like, all she does is she gets dressed and that's all she does. And she only wears designer clothes but like has a cool style, but she'll pull out things I've never seen. She's like, I'm gonna put on this Prada harness and like, just wearing the stuff. And I'm like, what do you do for a living? Because I mean, even if you're a model, because she looks like she's a model, but like, even if you're a model, can models afford that? She must get it for free. Like, what are we doing? I don't understand when the fuck so many people got so much goddamn money? Because everyone I know is poor.
Yeah.
Like, no offense to any of us, because we're not like really poor, and so I should check my privilege for a second. But like, I don't know anyone who can afford designer stuff, exclusively designer stuff.
But I do know people that can afford to go to anchor.com/trashy and support us financially at the 99-cent level or $9.99 a month.
Please.
This is a genuine plug. You can support us financially to continue to pay for our hosting fees and to help us upgrade our equipment. If you so choose, there is a link in the bottom of the show notes wherever you're listening to this podcast.
Wow. Look at that. That was great. I mean, it won't be used on designer stuff. We don't have it. And
Nope.
we it won't be enough. And it won't be used on lip injections, we promise.
We promise. I show up next week with big old fat lips and I'm like, what's up? Anyway.
So I summertime. I don't know. We'll talk, but we're gonna do it.
We're gonna do it.
We're gonna fucking do it. It goes away if we don't like it.
Exactly.
Like, God, these poor women that started getting plastic surgery before injectables. Like, you had to go under the knife to get bigger lips before.
I know. Well, speaking of going under the knife,
I was like, where's the segue? It's the first story. You don't have to segue into it yet.
It's the first story.
Yeah.
Do you
want to finish
about health? No, it's about health. I was just going to go there with health in general, and the fact that there has been no health correlation with the fact that 5G is harmful to our health. There has been no evidence.
Oh, yeah. So according to the BBC.com, anti-5G necklaces are found to be radioactive, which chef's kiss to this story, because Eric is correct. The whole 5G conspiracy about it being bad for your health is fake, which means that if you are manufacturing anti-5G necklaces, it could be made out of anything, because the whole thing's fake anyways. So the fact that these are made out of shit that happens to be radioactive is so fucking funny to me. You could have made it out of anything. Why did you choose something that was radioactive?
The Dutch Authority for Nuclear Safety and Radioactive Protection issued a warning about 10 products it found to give off harmful ionizing radiation. Radiation!
And this isn't funny, but people are putting this shit on their kids. I mean, that's bad.
That's super bad.
Like,
5G does not give off harmful effects.
If anything, wouldn't you be nervous? Like, remember there was like a time in like the early 2000s where they're like, hey, like, your cell phone's giving you brain cancer, whatever. And like, it's kind of like, if 5G, what is the fear if not radioactivity? What is the fear?
That it damages your DNA.
Yeah. Okay.
5G damages your DNA.
You know what else damages your DNA?
Mountain Dew?
Yeah, it does, probably. Mountain Dew is probably radioactive, right? Like, how is it always kind of glowing?
I'm sorry. I'm sorry if you like Mountain Dew, but like, that just seems like we're drinking cancer.
Right? Tell me that doesn't taste like cancer. You can't. You can't tell me that.
You can't tell me that.
And like, all Taco Bell's frozen Mountain Dew is just like
cancer slushies.
Yeah. Oh, well, I mean, hey, at least they're not smoking cigarettes, right? Look at the bright side.
Look on the bright side of life.
You know who wasn't feeling too, what the fuck? Oh, sorry. My dog saw a squirrel outside and she's got to protect the house.
Thank you. So honestly, thank you.
Yeah, she's a hero. to say the least.
Can we have a moment of silence for her protection? Okay, good. That's good podcasting, the moment of silence.
Yeah, I really liked it. Can you shut up, please? It's just a squirrel, sweetie. It's just a squirrel. So our next story, I mean, yeah, she didn't feel very protected from her doorbell camera.
Nope. From the NewYorkPost.com. Woman catches husband kissing his mistress on home doorbell camera.
Eek.
He was a doorbell ditcher.
TikTok user Kaylee Christina posted the TikTok of her husband on the doorbell camera saying goodbye to his scantily clad mistress.
Just outside of their marital home back in October.
Yeah. Do people forget? I was having a conversation over New Year's because we were watching old episodes of Sex and the City, me and some friends. And it was like when Carrie, spoiler alert, when Carrie was cheating on Aiden with Big. It's not a spoiler alert. That's been out for like fucking 15 years. That's your problem at this point. And we were like, what? I mean, what's up? Like, how do you even become someone who has an affair? Because you either have to like have something going on in your brain where you're cool with it, or you're just like shitting water like forever.
Yeah.
Because you're like, it sounds like more trouble than it's worth, I'd say.
Listeners in an affair right now, write in and let us know.
We'll keep you anonymous.
We'll fully keep you anonymous. If you write into trashytrashypodcast@gmail.com, let us know.
So this TikTok person, they went on a family trip, but her husband claimed to be too sick to go on it.
The black and white footage taken just after 10 p.m. suggests that the man and his mistress just enjoyed a secret tryst inside of the family residence.
Now,
Have the balls to get a hotel.
Yeah, have some couth. You can't go on the family trip? Who's got the expendable income to just miss the trip? How often do trips? How much money does everyone make?
Yeah, I'd like income disclosure statements on everybody.
Everyone. If you're a housewife, on TV, or if you're... we get one later this season. Not to talk too much about housewives, but I cannot wait for Jen to get indicted. Anyways, I got a question for you. And maybe you don't know the answer, because I don't know if I know the answer. But if you caught your significant other cheating on a Ring camera, would you post it on TikTok? Does the encouragement of strangers make you feel better or more justified? Or maybe there's a humiliation element to it? Because you're humiliated that he cheated, that you want to humiliate him back. I get it a little bit. I think I just kind of, sometimes I want to handle certain investigations internally, personally.
How is this any different than Beyonce's Lemonade?
You're right.
This is just, she doesn't have the artistic accoutrement to write a lemonade. So this is just her way of handling it.
So apparently he thought that the camera was disabled, and he was the one who installed the security device. But oops.
Locks have been changed, and he no longer resides here. She posted several days later. It's time for the dumpster fire of the week.
Oh my God.
So, according to Defector.com, it's time that we reflect on 2021.
Yeah.
And I think the most important thing that we reflect upon is
how we treated others?
No.
Oh, okay. How about how we treated ourselves?
Nope.
Our accomplishments?
Nope.
Well, what were you going to say?
What in the hell did we get stuck in our rectums last year?
Yeah, that's true. We should go over a large list of our favorite things that people got stuck in their different orifices last year.
I mean, listen, we were bored. There was
Mhm.
curiosity,
Yeah.
horniness. There was a lot of time stuck at home to determine what you could get up in them guts.
Up in them guts. So this article breaks it down by ear, nose, throat, penis, vagina, and butthole. So I don't know. Do you want to just we'll just name a couple of our favorites per orifice?
Per orifice would be perfect.
Okay, let's start with the ear. What tickled your fancy here that people have done?
Googly eye.
That was my favorite too. Because you get a googly eye stuck in your ear. You got your ear looking at people. That's funny.
My second favorite was, while at recess, some friends broke apart a necklace and started throwing around the beads from the necklace, and one landed in PTL's ear, unable to remove it.
PTL, I think, being how they're just referring to the patients in this.
Yeah.
I don't want to make anyone cringe too hard, but a packing peanut got stuck in someone's ear, and if you have one of those afflictions to the sound of crunchy foam, like I do, having a packing peanut in your ear, I honestly feel like I would start eating the inside of my face. Just bite through the skin and chew my fucking face off. Yeah. What about in the nose?
Okay. There's one that I just have I have more questions than answers about.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, we'll go with, pink balloon. Gross.
Fine.
But stuck a hard poop up her nose that she found in her sister's drawer in the bedroom.
That sounds like a kid trying to blame their siblings somehow for the fact that they have poop in their nose.
Yes.
Well, she had it in her drawer. No, I didn't.
No, I did not.
Nope, I wouldn't. I would have never gotten my hand on this hard poop and put it up my nose if it wasn't in your drawer to begin with.
Exactly. That's like kid law. It was in your drawer.
What was I supposed to do? I like also the number 8 button from a TV remote.
Hell yeah. Number 8.
The toy pill that expands into a sponge dinosaur, because that's a roller coaster.
Because you know what? That just is the gift that keeps on giving.
It's going to keep getting bigger in your nose, idiot. What about throat?
Yep, throat. I like magnifying glass.
Yeah, you know what's crazy about the throat is there was a couple instances of people holding food and another object in their hands and then getting distracted and eating the object instead. So someone was like, I was home eating popcorn while holding coins and mixed them together. Why are you holding coins ever and also eating? There's a two-parter. One, why are you holding coins? It's 2022. 2021 when this happened, but still coins ain't the currency. What is this, Europe? But second, coins are so fucking filthy. Money is filthy. Don't touch money and food together.
Yeah.
I also liked this person who inhaled a sewing needle in a plastic tube with a string attached because they were trying to use it as a blow dart.
I mean, that's just home economics. You got to make your own sometimes, you know?
I mean, you got to think it. Well, if you're going to try to employ a blow dart, you need to practice, but you also need to you breathe in through your nose, blow out. You don't go because then you inhale the blow dart.
Exactly.
Duh.
Let's move on down and go to the penis.
A lot of smaller items, which makes sense.
Put a chopstick in his urethra last night to make his penis longer and is unable to remove it.
Now, I know all the men listening are thinking, does that work? I don't know.
We're not doctors.
Headphone cord to prevent wet dreams. Okay.
Doesn't work.
Yeah, I don't think so.
Clothing price tag. How much is it worth?
Yeah.
How much is that one in the window?
Arf, arf. What is a hex key?
I can picture it, but I can't describe it.
It's not a penis toy. We know that.
Nope.
Oh, it's like an Allen wrench, one of those little L wrenches. Those things hurt your hand and your penis.
Yeah.
Moving on to the vagina, you know, your classic things of getting a spiked penis ring stuck in there. That one makes sense, unfortunately.
Mm-hmm. But what doesn't make sense to me is a toy dinosaurs, plural.
Yeah, plural. A penny and a shampoo cap. What?
A unicorn. Not a toy unicorn. Just straight up, the existence of unicorns is real, and they're tiny enough to fit inside of a vagina.
There you go. You heard it here first. Detergent pod. That sounds dangerous.
Ooh, that's not how you clean them.
No. No, they're self-cleaning orifices. You don't need to put detergent in there. And then, of course, you know, last but not least, what were people getting stuck in their anuses?
Was joking around with friends when joke was taken too far and can was put into his rectum.
Went to sit down in the bathtub and sat on a plastic bottle of bubble bath that went into his rectum. Because, God, what a common mistake to accidentally leave the bubble bath bottle in the tub. To put it in the tub at all. You liar. Why lie? You made it that far. You're in the ER. It is only benefiting you to tell the whole truth.
The whole truth and nothing but the truth. Like, this doctor has seen it all.
I was bored. I wanted to see what this would feel like in my butt. I put it in my butt. I can't get it out of my butt.
A billiard ball?
That's crazy.
Toy dinosaur again.
What are we doing with these dinosaurs? This one is just, in quotes, some marbles.
That's more than a few.
Having trouble going poop, so he placed a mechanical pencil in his rectum. Now unable to remove. Pencil is sticking out. Yeah, that's not how pooping works. Nope. It's not just stuck right in your... We don't have to get into it, but I think we all know.
Towel with a sock over it and glove over the sock.
Sure. Extra padding. Layering.
Was drinking with friends and believes that he may have placed a nickel and dime into his rectum.
Foreign body in his rectum. He states he believes it is a vape and is not answering any questions.
I think that says it all.
As is his right.
You have the right to remain silent in the emergency room.
Sir, we're not arresting you. You're in the ER. Nope, not until my lawyer gets here. Are you holding me? You can't do that. I believe I get a phone call. That's a funny bit. That's
a funny bit. God damn it.
That's good shit.
Are you hoarding anything this week?
Yeah, I am. I'm hoarding Stitch Fix conditionally.
Okay.
Conditions are as follows. My next box better be better. Okay. And second, they need to start sponsoring our podcast.
Okay.
Because they sponsor podcasts. So here's what Stitch Fix is. We're not sponsored yet, so fucking don't come for me. I don't have a code for you. I'm sorry. Oh, but maybe I do just as a Stitch Fix user. I don't know. Hit me up if you want my Stitch Fix code. I think I get something from it. We both get something. Anyways, Stitch Fix is a service. You tell them what your sizes are, and then they send you a box with 5 pieces of clothing in it that would fit you, allegedly, and then you put it on, and if you want something from it, you get to buy it, and if you don't want it, then you send it home. So it's a nice way to just kind of like be exposed to brand. I mean, if you're of the bigger persuasion, such as myself, it's nice. You get exposed to like brands that you didn't know about that make clothes that fit you. And so I've had 2 boxes so far, and I've got another one coming next week. And the first one I got, I'm not gonna lie to you, was booty. It sucked. Like, but I didn't really put any like notes for the stylist. It was just my first one. So they were just kind of like giving me, like she must work in an office, so I'm going to give her all these jewel tone office wear shit. And it was fucking uglier than sin.
Mhm.
But I left a note and I said, hey, thank you. I'm going to return every piece of this. I almost kept the shoes, but I didn't. I hate jewel tones. I think they age me, whatever. So now I'm like, I got this one box and another one coming. And I was like, I'm going to Mexico in February. The weather's going to be nice. I'm looking for like pretty casual, like wine tasting wear in Mexico, whatever. So I got a box and there was like a lot of really cute jumpsuits and dresses in it and stuff. I ended up keeping one thing. Which, by the way, if you keep all 5, they give you like 15 or 25% off the whole fucking thing.
Right.
And it costs $20 to get the box. Like, that's the styling fee. But if you buy anything, they take that 20 from the price of what you bought. So it's always sometimes worth it to get at least one thing because you've already kind of paid for most of it already. So yeah, I'm getting a new box because there was elements that I liked. I don't know. I didn't feel like they are dressing me slutty enough, which I'm still young, baby. Like, give me some sluttier clothes, Stitch Fix. So we'll see. It's really, really fucking fun. That's why I'm hoarding it. It's fun to get a box of clothes that all fit that you didn't have to pick out yourself. Like, it feels special. But if I get another box where I don't buy anything or I only buy one thing, it's probably good for my pocketbook, but I'm going to be like, this isn't worth it. They don't have good stuff.
Mhm.
So it's conditional. But if they sponsor this podcast, then everything that I've ever gotten in any box ever has been great and wonderful. Thank you so much. I actually have Stitch Fix set up for my partner too, which he loves because he really doesn't like shopping. So, and he's bought something from each box. I don't know. It's fun. Try it out. Hit me up for that discount code though, because then we both get a discount. You scratch my back, I scratch yours, whatever. Stitch Fix. What are you hoarding?
I'm hoarding Insecure on HBO.
Oh yeah, this season's pretty good. I haven't finished it though.
It just wrapped. All 5 seasons are available on HBO Max. It's such a great series. It ends in such a beautiful way. It's a beautiful story about adult relationships and adult friendships. And Issa Rae is a genius storyteller and understands friendships and dynamics. And I truly, truly appreciate the storytelling that she did. And I binged the series over the holiday break, and I would highly recommend Insecure.
And watch for a special name in the credits on I think at least the last 2 seasons, because my partner worked on them.
Ooh.
Yep. So I have some Insecure swag, not to brag, but
Full brag.
He's not wearing it.
Yeah.
Are you? Oh, I'll go if you want to just ask me. Sorry.
Yeah. Are you throwing anything away?
Yeah, I am. So here's what happened. The alley behind my place is a dead end. So sometimes cars will try to cut through traffic and find themselves dead end in my alley. Fine. Then they back out and they leave. So the other day, I think it's been 4 or 5 days now, a car came screeching into our alley while we were eating dinner and turned on every fucking motion sensor light out there. And we were like, whoa, what was that? And so was like every other fucking person in this building, because the people in the building I live with are like fucking neighborhood watch to the max. Because it's a building full of like old people and like paranoid young people, because it's LA. So anyways, what happened was that whoever was driving the car left. And so for the past 4 or 5 days, there has been a no doubt stolen Mercedes vehicle, no plates on it anymore, and all the windows are down. And it's just been in the alley. And I would venture to say that almost every person in this building now has called the police and the parking enforcement to be like, I mean, we have, and I know that the HOA has, and we're like, can you get this car out of the fucking alley? Like, we don't know what this is. It's obviously a stolen car that was abandoned. Like, it's LA. That's just what happens. It's like gang initiation. It's whatever the fuck you want it to be. You steal a car, you ditch it. I have a ditched car in my alley. So I'm throwing out, I don't know, the LA parking enforcement, LAPD, like everything. Because we called the police that night. Well, we didn't, but our neighbors called the police that night and was like, hey, like, something sketchy happened. Can you come check this out? Do you think a police officer came? No. Like, for fucking... girl, I cannot handle this LAPD. And I can't do it. And so there's just like a car that's just like parked outside of my fucking window for like days, some stolen fucking car that I'm like, are the criminals going to come back and tear this Mercedes up, or is this just where it lives now? And also, this person who's missing their Mercedes, like, we found it. Like, how long does your car have to be missing before it's considered stolen and you get an insurance payout?
Right.
I don't know. You know, I mean, maybe that's what they wanted. Maybe they were upside down in this Mercedes and it was all a ruse and it was fraud. Who fucking knows? All I know is I don't want to look at it anymore. Get a fucking tow truck out here and fucking get rid of it. Ugh. We keep calling. Whatever. So I'm throwing that entire system out. Don't steal cars. Don't ditch them in random fucking people's alleys and scare the people who live there. And fucking cops, show up when we call, please. Like, in that same decade. And parking enforcement, tow cars that need to be towed. Quit focusing on all the bad shit.
Yeah, do the small crimes that matter, that build up to bigger crimes.
Like, rather than towing a car where like someone uses it to go to work every day and happen to leave it in the wrong place for the wrong time for like an hour, or like, God forbid, they have to live out of their car. Like, why are we towing that car? Tow the Mercedes that has no plates and 43 fucking units calling about it. Ugh. Yep. Anyways, it just pisses me off. Yeah. Makes me mad. What are you throwing out?
I'm throwing out my pal Elmo being gaslit by Zoe for almost 2 decades. Are you familiar with Sesame Street?
I've heard of it.
Okay. So Elmo has a pal, Zoe. And Zoe has a friend named Rocco, which is a pet rock.
Right.
Who don't do shit.
Right.
But Zoe always acts like Rocco can do stuff. And so there's an episode of Sesame Street that has resurfaced from 2004.
Yeah. This is taking the internet by storm. And I'm like, this was like really long ago. Almost 20 years ago.
Almost 20 years ago. But Elmo asked his friend Gabby for an oatmeal raisin cookie.
Delicious.
And it happens to be Elmo's favorite cookie. But Zoe explains that cookie is actually meant for Rocco who really wants to eat it. And my man Elmo goes off and is like, how? How is Rocco going to eat the cookie, Zoe? Tell Elmo. Rocco doesn't even have a mouth. Rocco's just a rock. Rocco's not alive. And Zoe is like, Rocco's going to eat that cookie. You can't gaslight someone like that. And she's been doing this for 2 decades.
What's the because everything that they do at Sesame Street is a lesson, right? So what's the lesson there that
I can't think of one. I don't know other than like it's truly baffling. Rocco being a rock, but there are clips of Elmo going off about Rocco. And it's my favorite goddamn thing on the internet, but it's Zoe just being like, Rocco's alive. And Elmo losing his shit. Like, how? How is he gonna do it?
It's like, on the one hand, you want kids to be creative and imaginative, but on the other hand, are we doing our children favors by suspending so much belief in their imaginary friends? Like, at what point are you doing more harm than good? You know, Elmo's just trying to tell Zoe what's up, which is, I know this is hard to hear, but your pet rock is fucking fake.
And I'm like, you gotta give it to my man Elmo. He's not taking any of the bullshit.
No.
So no. I'm throwing out Rocco and his bullshit and Zoe's gaslighting butt. I'm throwing it out.
Let me tell you this though, Erica.
Yeah.
Our friend who married his sex doll.
Uh-huh.
If the sex doll wants a cookie, there's 3 cookies and 4 people. Like, does the sex doll get one of the cookies?
How's the sex doll gonna eat the cookie? It's not even
against
alive.
This relationship. What is wrong with you? You're always against them. I caught you again.
Tell Erica, how's it gonna eat the cookie?
It will eat the cookie.
Oh my goodness. Where can the people find you?
At Cass Cardenas at Twitter and Instagram. I thought I was going to change my name, but I haven't come up with one yet. Like, you know?
Yeah.
It's hard. It's hard to come up with one, you know?
You got solid branding.
I've been Cass Cardenas for, 31 years now. Why fix something that's not broken? But I don't know. I was thinking of like changing my name to Meta. Where do the people find you?
At Iconic Erica Curry on Instagram and at Gillygal on the Twitter. And you can find this podcast at Trashy Trashy Pod on Instagram and Twitter, or on our website at trashytrashypodcast.com.
Let us know why you're trash, and if we love it when you send us stories, and like Erica punched Anchor before. What is 99 cents?
99 cents. That's all it takes.
If you are a $9.99 subscriber, how much money you make? What do you do?
What do you do?
You think I wasn't going to pull that fucking back? I was. I'm a comic genius.
It's called a callback. Heard of it?
Heard of it? Dicks? Just kidding. You're not dicks. We love you so much. Thank you for listening.
Hey, Cass.
What's going on, girl?
Stay garbage.
You stay garbage, girl.
I will. Bye-bye.
Bye.